Hello guys, and welcome to episode 25 of my Medieval 2 Total War campaign playing as England on very hard difficulty. Today we are going to be continuing the war with Milan. We took Bern off them in the last episode, and now that army should be moving down to Milan soon enough. We do need to get the army out of Hamburg and up towards Aarhus, so that might end up happening soon. The other thing I want to do is get these forces from Angers to Metz. That's something I'm going to be focusing on. And let's head down from Toulouse here. Can I get these forces into the army? Not yet. Kind of what we're waiting on. That's why we're going this way around. So that I can come through the gap in the mountains here, reinforce them with the dismounted feudal knights and the mailed knights, just to max out the army. Over in Cairo, everybody is happy, which is good. We do have a very high tax rate here. I think that is fine, just to keep up for now, since we have so many units in the militia. I don't think we're going to end up taking Gaza though, which is one of our missions. That just isn't happening. Right, what about agents left? We do have our assassin here. But I'm not sure we need to really assassinate anyone. Might kill off the Imperial assassin. What about all these Inquisitors?
Not even the royalty escapes God's judgment.
There's so many of them. They're really, really irritating.
Name thy target, sire. You have a target in mind.
I'm going to go for this guy. Fantastic. Now we'll move back. As I think I want to try and take out these Inquisitors. But having a good assassin is nice.
You wish I was under your command.
That army's not good. We're going to have to definitely defend ourselves against that soon. That will be with the army at Metz, I think. So maybe it'll be worth moving some of these troops out. Start heading them that way.
We can go no further today.
A little bit dangerous because they could become rebels, but I'm going to have faith, I think.
God's servant.
Going to keep this guy here next to the settlement, so he converts that back to Catholic, because it's only 84% actually, which is pretty low for a European region. And I think that's everything else done, so we will move on to the next turn. Here goes the Holy Roman Empire. War it is. We did have a ceasefire and trade rights, but that apparently went out the window. I am surprised that Venice hasn't moved their army yet. Maybe when there's a new crusade they might disappear. Alright. Theologians Guild. That ends. Nope, I'm good. The settlement's under siege.
Sire.
Just not sure what I want to do. We don't really have an army to deal with this one, and it's pretty big.
Hail, my king!
Right, this army is still heading down.
My liege.
That's one thing I know we're doing. We're going to max that out.
Combining forces, sire.
Our relations are poor. New Hungarian cardinal was promoted. War between us and the Holy Roman Empire. We did make a spy, so let's make sure we use him.
Where to, sire?
I think I'm gonna maybe just try and spy on this army for now, because eventually what we're gonna do is just send him up to the Danish capital anyway. Estorque's land at Marseille still. Faction announcements. are fine. Ralph Ayward got the plus 15% movement points of the army, and +1 to line of sight, which is pretty damn nice. I think I'll bring him out of Paris with these troops. It's a good shout. We have a couple of people dying of natural causes. One of our merchants died, which is why we can recruit another one. And I think I'm just going to recruit that one down in Cairo again. A large stone wall was upgraded in Marseille. Do I want to build anything else here? We could probably get the shipwright going for the extra trade. The main thing I'm looking to do here is get this guy into Genoa, which is good, and then we're going to assault it, which could be quite difficult, so I'm going to get myself some mercs.
As you command, my liege.
Go double
Laying
ram
siege, noble
with a
sire.
bunch of ladders.
We shall prevail in this siege,
The idea
sire.
will be to get through the walls as soon as possible so I can engage these crossbow militia in melee combat. Right, I think this army at Bern might actually have to head north rather than south.
Hail, my king.
So let's do that. Bern is not really going to like it very much, but we're just going to grab some peasants here, I think, to fill the ranks.
Hail, my king.
And we're going to have this army start to move up to Antwerp. We're probably going to lose Antwerp by the looks of things, but we can make them pay for it, I think.
Yes.
And then
my
we'll
liege.
have these men
My lord. As you wish. Orders.
accompanied by Ralph.
Hail, my king. Assembling a mighty
these ones
host
can
of your troops.
follow
As
up
you
as well.
wish. We can
Hail, my king.
And maybe we'll put them all into Bruges. How they've managed to sneak through like this is really frustrating. I thought we had enough armies in place, but apparently we didn't. There's really no point in retraining these and spending money on that because they're just going to die again for now. Right, elsewhere, let's build the shipwright at Toulouse. I'll get the church at Reims, because that public order is looking rather bad. Right, we don't have a spy in here, but I would like to take Alexandria if I can.
orders. My lord.
What units can we move out?
Orders. My lord.
We're going to start
Hail,
by
my
moving out
king.
our heir. And then we're just going to give him units one by one.
Merging up.
Hail, my king.
Oh wow. Is it that bad? Oh, I guess we can turn the tax down. It's still pretty bad though.
Orders.
Hail, my
Like, Prince
king.
Simon is pretty much the dude which is making Cairo not rebel. We're just not going to be able to move out of there forever. The thing is, I exterminated
God's
the populace on
servant.
purpose so that we didn't have to deal with the public order
At
so
your
much, but
service.
apparently we still do.
On my way. Tomorrow's journey awaits, sire.
Oh well. Building a new merchant there, which is fine.
Where to, sire?
This spy and move towards Genoa. We'll have this priest have a go again.
Highness. This is the heathen in question, my lord.
He failed.
The heretic will not survive.
God's servant.
Not good. Not good at all. Right, at Hamburg, I would like to move out these troops. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to leave one unit of dismounted feudal knights
My lord.
and maybe some of the mercenary crossbowmen here.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Let's
An
move out
honourable,
with all of the
glorious
forces,
Victory. Hail my king.
Sire.
except from
Hail
Barnaby.
my
We'll leave
king.
Barnaby here as well. Dismounted feudal knights and some longbowmen. Okay, that is fine.
Hail my
And we're
king.
going to go and attack
As you command, my liege.
their main settlement.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Oh, this is perfect. Because if we win this, then we take the settlement. Okay. This is going to work out really nicely. Let's fight it on the battle map.
Glory to your name, sire. We attack.
We haven't seen yeoman archers, I don't think, in battle yet, so that'll be something to take out of this as well. Maybe wait. We rely quite a lot on archers, so rain's going to be bad. Oh, it's just getting worse and worse. Okay, there we go.
Units, await
Thank
my
God for that.
orders.
Just spitting rain now.
Heavy infantry. Unit.
The mainline infantry's in the mid. We'll have some spearmen on the flanks. Just the billmen behind. Same with these few spearmen. And then all of the archers.
Units, march.
They can do this, and we'll turn off their skirmish. Good. Let's have a look at these yeoman archers. They're already upgraded with padded armor. They look very cool. They do have the sharpened stakes, which is nice.
General's bodyguard. Onward.
My cavalry's fine. So let's just make that a
The
group,
enemy are bringing in
and we'll move towards them. It looks like they might come towards us. Let's just run it forwards. Oh, the sound of the hooves on the road there is fantastic. I'm just running because I want my archers to be ready to fire as they come into range, which they already are. So we should be saying goodbye to those peasant archers very shortly.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Thing is with yeoman archers, they have significant missile damage. And therefore we'll be doing loads of damage as these men run forwards. You can see these spear militia just getting wrecked as they try and run forwards. The dismounted Huskarls versus dismounted feudal knights. That is fine. Get our cavalry out for the flanks. Should have done this already, really, but it's fine.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Shift it. Nice. Frankish knight. Hurry, hurry.
Let's just kill off these mercenary crossbowmen with the feudal knights. Alright, and these guys can charge into the backs of these melees in the centre. That's Viking raiders attacking some of my horses, but we do have the mailed knights there. Charge coming into here, it's going to do a lot of damage. Very
Only
nice.
half the enemy force remains.
Let's have those swing into these Viking raiders as well. Great.
The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field
Oh, this
of
is
battle,
the leader.
abandons his men.
And we're going to have those attack the town militia. We'll let the Frankish knights clean up the Viking raiders. We've already cleaned up the range forces.
The enemy army flees the field.
Perfect.
Pursue and run them down.
Right, we should be able to turn our army to face the reinforcements
By
now.
St. George, we've captured the enemy's general. That'll teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run. Now he can rest at our leisure.
Okay. So next up, the garrison force inside Aarhus. Might take a little while for them to get to us, but as soon as they do, they'll just come under an abundance of missile fire, and then that'll be game over for them, I think. Get the horses onto the flanks again. I lost a lot more feudal knights in that engagement than I expected, if I'm honest. But that's okay. Archers are firing away onto the Norse archers. And those Norse archers do a lot of damage, but I think they're a little bit outnumbered. Alright, let's get these cavalry units onto the flanks as soon as possible. I'm surprised I went for the frontal charge there.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right, let's just charge into the general.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
That mercenary spearman
half their
unit
men.
is getting disintegrated by arrow fire. By the general bodyguard here, I'm assuming is going to get killed off soon, although they're killing a lot of my horses. Just get in there and make sure we're attacking them from all sides.
The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field of battle.
That's
and
their general right
abandons his
there.
men. Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
We do need to capture him.
It's time to press the attack.
So let's just try and speed ahead of him and get into a position where we can capture him. That is the plan right now. There we go. We should have him. Perfect. And we just kill off these Norse archers. Tell my own units to stop firing because they're friendly firing. Probably should have done that a bit sooner. That is it. Job done. We'll exit the battle there.
This is a clear victory that
And they
goes
shouldn't
to our...
have any troops left in the settlement, which means that we can just walk in and take it. I'm just going to execute these guys, I think. Because if I give them back, then
By God's will,
they might
we
take up
have
Aarhus.
triumphed.
So it's not ideal, but that's fine. This man's previous mercies have now been forgotten.
Hail, my king! As you will, my king.
Brilliant.
To battle,
My lord.
as you
Can I just take my
command,
cav out
liege.
here?
Hail, my king!
Sire, by your command. As you wish, sire.
Give me that.
The day is ours, sire.
Gonna occupy it.
This is English soil now.
The reason I did that, even though we're not going to be able to
Hail, my
take it
king.
necessarily,
Yes.
is because, or sort out the public order, is because I don't want them to recruit any troops into the settlement.
Hail, my king!
So, very poor with the Papal states is not good at all. Let's get some peasants stacked up into Hamburg, so that's going to be okay. And, well, in regards to Rome, we're going to have to sort something out. Because the next bishop is going to be, well, the next pope will probably be Sicilian. Maybe we could get a crusade called somewhere, like at Cordoba or Granada or something, and then I could just make this army into
Hail, my king!
a crusade. That might be an idea. Let's ask the Pope if they can call a crusade. Oh, we don't have enough papal favour. Ugh, that's annoying. Oh well. Alright, what next?
Hail, my
This guy's
king.
heading north.
Come and face
This
the might
should
of
be
the
fine.
high
We've
coward.
got plenty of archers.
Orders.
We're not building anything anywhere else, are we? I mean, we could sort of recruit some more dismounted feudal knights or something. But I think a better idea would be to recruit some like spear militia at Bruges, for example. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to have 10,000 to spend in the next turn.
Ships ready.
But what we're going to do on the water
Yes, my
here
lord.
is
Engaging the
try and
enemy
take on
fleet.
these dragon boats of Denmark.
Our
and,
people rule these
well,
waters, sire.
That was victorious. Great.
Set
We'll
sail.
jump into port. We can retrain those.
Aye, sire. Fleet ready, sire.
There we go. So I merged them so there was only 2 to recruit. There is another heretic up here.
Yes, Your Highness.
I think we're going to have to get my cardinal to come down and deal with that. I thought he died, but
Who
I'd
is the
obviously just
heretic,
moved him.
sire?
Or we could just get ourselves another priest. Do we have a theologians guild here?
This unit of light infantry.
I wanted. That's explorers. I think the theologians are in Nottingham. Yeah.
God's servant.
And maybe
Name the
I use this
blasphemer.
guy
They shall stand trial.
to take out that heretic.
Who is the heretic?
And then we'll
Count
come
my
back
word.
and try and take out
And you
this
condemn
one.
yourself to purgatory.
Because that way, he'll
Yes,
have the
Your
extra
Highness.
piety from taking out one, and then we'll have more chance of taking out a second. Seems like a good idea. Right, we'll end the turn. They did manage to get into Antwerp, which means that the army might take it out. But the army actually moved past. Interesting. That's going to give us more time, because at the end of the day, it's probably going to take them 2 turns to take Bruges or Antwerp. And if it does, then our army will be there in time. Now the other army that I was building, I think I'm actually going to head south instead. And we'll send them to like Bern to meet up. Yeah, Cairo really isn't happy. Swordsmiths Guild in Hamburg should be okay. Best orcs to land in Marseille still. These hostilities against Denmark is absolutely fine. We can do that. And some rioting in Ardis, but we're going to sort that out by occupying the settlement. And we will fix up the town hall. Gonna get the spear militia sorted, and we will get some more. Might even go so far as to lower the tax, but nah, we won't bother. We'll just keep it as it is. Right, let's grab even more peasants here. We're number 2 behind the Papal States in terms of financials. London's ready to upgrade again. We're going to do that. Dublin's ready to upgrade. And Reims, but we can't afford that. So we're going to have to wait on that one. Just going to have to remember it a bit. Right, Noble Life ends. Our Admiral. Did we create that priest somewhere? I don't think I did.
Begone! You are my lord. Hail my king. Hail my king.
Yeah, the idea is to have this army move up and help
my
Antwerp.
liege. We shall continue tomorrow, my liege. Hail
This
my
guy,
king.
we're going to move back into Paris. We're going to have these guys join him.
My lord.
Hail my king.
And then we can just
By your will,
destroy
sire,
these rebels.
We shall engage. An
And then we'll have
honorable,
Ralph move
glorious
south.
Victory. Hail my
Nice.
king.
We had a
As
cardinal
you will,
promoted.
God's
That's,
servant.
that's great. That's really good, actually. Let's get them merchant out of Cairo. And we will send
At
him
your service.
up north.
I'll continue once I have rested, sire.
We should have a priest here somewhere. Unless my
Lord
priest
shall be
turned
beneath
into
me.
a heretic.
I am the...
Yes, Your Highness.
That might have happened. In which case, we're just going to have to recruit another priest here.
God's servant.
And these ones aren't
Yes,
really very
Your
good,
Highness.
so... I can't really take on this
Why
heretic
do you
anyway.
serve
He's
the church?
level 4
Only
piety.
my faith leads to life everlasting.
And we're going to get excommunicated. It's just going to happen. Mainly
Hail
because
my
I want to
king.
attack Spain.
Confusing me with a diplomat, Sadiq.
Wait, why is there a huge Moorish army here?
Honor dictates I inform you.
Hail my king.
And why is there a
By
huge
your
rebel
will,
army
sire,
there?
We shall engage.
We're going to
We
have to
shall
go back and deal with
continue
that.
tomorrow, my liege.
This sucks. Can we get just a ceasefire with Spain for now?
Your Majesty.
Did you expect us to be happy to see? This concludes our
No.
meeting, yes?
How much money do we have in the next turn? If I don't spend any more money, we'll have 11,000. And if I give that all to the Pope, it might be just enough to make them like us. Although they should like us for attacking
Hail my king.
the Milanese, right?
Sire.
Let's get this guy into Milan.
Watching from
He made it.
Sire.
And he has increased his skill quite significantly, actually. Oh, that's a large army. Gotta be careful about that. Massive Imperial army. Probably gonna have to sally forth here because that Imperial army is just sieging me, and that kind of sucks.
Who do you want dead?
One thing I am going to do though is try and kill some more of these Imperial assassins
You have a
because they are
target.
everywhere. It's ridiculous. That was a
On my way.
success, which is
Continuing
good.
once I have rested. Need
We'll
someone
now
removed,
target
sir.
the next ones.
Engage me, or be gone.
Ships ready. Yes, sire.
I'm just going to smash
Preparing
this
to
navy.
board and engage the enemy.
That's good.
Victory is ours, sire. Aye, sire.
I want to make sure that,
A
those
fine
navies
day
don't
to
really
sail.
affect us anymore, because then they can't land their troops so much. They still will, but kind of prevents them from doing so for now, and maybe they had some troops there, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. The state of Europe is just an absolute mess right now. It really is. This army,
Hail,
once it
my
cleans up the
king.
Imperial army up here, though, will be in a decent position to go and attack this Imperial land. We'll have this smaller
Hail,
army, I
my
think, go to
king.
Staufen actually. Join the army at Metz, rather than head down to Bern like I had originally planned. But once we take Genoa, we're going to have to be very careful of the Imperial army there in Italy. Let's
Hail,
get
my
him
king.
back into Cairo. Pretty important. We'll put the tax up again. Just chill out there. And I'm not going to spend any more cash since I want to save it to give to the Pope. But unfortunately, guys, it has been my time, so I'm going to have to leave it here. In the next episode, what we're going to do, we'll free Metz. We will try and kill this Imperial army up north. Try and take Genoa, however it's going to be easier said than done. We're not going to be moving out of Cairo anytime soon, so that's going to have to wait. We won't be attacking Denmark anymore, even though they only have one settlement left, because otherwise we'll get excommunicated. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to start managing as we grow bigger and bigger. For the time being, that's all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.